we are back and we're gonna see scenario where Iran and Saudi Arabia being allies. This will make really much confusing on countries because both hated each other so much. Now, being allies means a lot. Firstly, they, they will invade Iraq to get bigger borders with each. Saudi Arabia start pushing here and Iran from here. And without doing much, Iraq is forced to surrender. And peace treaty is interesting. Both actually let's make better border. Split it up Iraq fairly. So Iran gains this and Saudi Arabia this. That means there's different borders already. And now, moving on, they thought there's ghosts what need to be cleared. So instead of war, Kuwaiti just joined them, making it simple to them take nation out. And now we have huge border on Iran and Saudi Arabia. Now both are gonna go own ways. Saudi Arabia invades those countries here. Iran invades those countries here. And other alliances, I just made them doesn't exist. So it being easier. Saudi Arabia immediately start makes own first pushes and Iran you started also pushing and it's simple that they gonna last this war. And with peace treaty we can see that it's fairly split. Both gain lands. Saudi Arabia gained all those what he did invade. And we can see that it's clearly huge change because Saudi Arabia owns the lands on Middle East. And Iran, you're absolutely lucky because now you got another sea connections and also you're on Turkey's border heavily guarding it. And you're on Indian border also, what is a lot. And Chinese border I forgot to say. Now being that huge is a lot. And now both empires are doing greatly because they are expanding and expanding. Now, both of you wanted gain more lands, so you invaded four nations. Firstly, thinking out weaker one and leaving Turkey, you just gave it up. Now, with peace treaty, Saudi Arabia, you take it about those lands. You didn't want to go really north because northern Turkey is more messier government than southern, and you already own pretty much of it. And Iran, you take it about that of Turkey and made capital being on border. And Syria is also taken out. Now, both of those countries are being ridiculous. They hated each other, but they hate now on bordering countries. And now we can see that they managed to make huge gains. Now each of their wars to join Saudi Arabia, Turkey, you just joined Iran. Now with that, Iran can go to Europeans now easily without any stop. And Saudi Arabia, you can also go there if you want, but you really don't want. So now there's four nation war happening, and the Europeans can't handle really much. So to secure themselves, Europeans made an alliance to secure them from noble countries who will invade them. And there's a lot of them in. And all other Balkans are just except. And Iceland also joined. And it's only on Europeans. Now we can see that there's a lot changed. Iran gains lands on here. Saudi Arabia, you go wing south and little bit enter on Libya, but you didn't want really much of this desert, so you just leave this behind. Now, this is absolutely massive nation. What is formed up here? And this is also massive nation. I wonder how they will unite. Now, United Kingdom also joined this, and Norway for security reason, and to secure the alliance more. And Greenland, you are said being Denmark, so I just paint you in. And now we have only two countries in middle of EU lands, Belarus and Switzerland, who isn't in member states. And we can see that applyings are those. Why not? Huge border guy also should apply. And then we can see that there's Bulgaria also applying. And then we can see that another massive occupying were made by Iran. But this time Saudi Arabia just stayed neutral in this, didn't gain any lands. Because they are just preparing for something interesting. What they will repair, we never know. And then Iran, you take it. Kazakhstan also leaving huge number of lands in Iran. And now there's more change happening. The hugest change is um, kaboom. Russia is invaded by Iran. Yep, they are invaded. And now this made Europeans really comfort that they need accept more allies. Belarus now asked to be accepted and immediately being accepted, making system more better. And some Africans started being accepted also. And Cuba some why is accept. And we can see that applyings come from Americans too. And this is French. This is absolutely massive. And about sometime Iran Bushes and Saudi Arabians repairings made troops being like that already, and Moscow is captured already. So it would mean peace treaty assignment. Firstly, Kaliningrad is independent now, and we would see Galeria also being independent because why not? And then we could no, not anymore independent nations, but there's future Iran being warmed up and going as far as that, taking out really much of Russia cities. Now, with Iran owning that many lands, that means Russia is heavily lost their lands and are screwed by Iran. Now, with this made up, it's really seeable that it is going to expand and expand. Now, with this thing, we can see all those applying Africans were accepted, and some countries here started civil acceptance too, and more applying start warm up. The reason why I don't make the biggest country of power being shining because it will end everything. And like I said, though Kaliningrad and Karelia independence did manage to warm, but we can see Karelia, Kaliningrad. Karelia firstly accepts, then Kaliningrad, making massive change. And absolutely massive. And some of Africa is going well than others. But with Russian troops still being in Ukraine, war got at Russia here, that that showed this thing happen because Russia forgot troops in, and with Russian troops their country is fully forced to surrender, and same with those countries here. They're forced to stay in there because they have Russian troops still in there, and Iran basically annexed all them because they thought they can, but it really means a lot changing, and it do change a lot. Clothes will look different, and it do looks different than it should be. And Estonia accidentally invades with politics the country here, and immediately they had no other choice but surrender because Article 5 says that if country invades another, they cannot help that. But if they are the one who being invaded, then they gonna help. So it's just taking Soviet shape of Europe, not here, but here. And clearly they are just staying now. Russia just is staying also, sell some lands to Japan because they can't handle themselves owning those lands anymore. Also sell some lands to Chinese to get more money. But China just use this as theirs. Not much using. And North Korea and South Korea, you both united because you thought it's a bad idea what you both are doing with each. And China, you just continued on expansions as well because you thought your border guy wants to take you away. So you continued expanding as well. Also, you take it Taiwan and city states. You just continued expansions after expansions until you are like that shape. You're owning France parts of here and you just wanted on Thailand as well because Thailand gives you lands to go on more waters. And you take it Korea as well. Then you take it Myanmar for reasons to grow even bigger. And now you use it advantage of those to make Bangladesh and those side of India repair themselves and immediately you take it those to yours. That showed a lot changing from borders to cultures and so on. Now, with China owning that many lands, that showed China just continuing own expansions, taking Mongolia as well, and just simply doing own expansions here, and as well of this knows what India has. This is now Chinese knows. China they get it over as well. And India is richly weakened, so India were split up by Saudi Arabia and Iran. And this is also Saudi Arabia's. Now, with made of this split up as well, China, you as well take it out of Japan's mainlands. That means those highlands and highlands, making Japan really lost lands and making their population being cut really much off. And with population cut it off. This side of Japan reunite with Russia because they didn't want to be Chinese or Japan's. So they just reunited. And Russia were said to sell this away here. And now there is huge Chinese empire going on here. That absolutely doesn't stop. And America isn't doing anything about it, seems like. And they continued expanding and expanding until they reach on continent to continent. They are now two continents, and then they hit the target America and split it up America by here, making America more weakened. And ending up Chinese just as well thought to go to here on Africa as well to finish those finalists off. Because they are already powerful too. Now EU just stopped trades with Chinese because as well noble Chinese are continuing on the expansions. And EU just here had enough, but Germany had own plans too, so Germany immediately used them against main Europeans. They wanted to be the biggest power on Europe. So they just did own expansions and living themselves as a power bloc on Europe. Leaving Czech Republic being really carved up. And they also take all Austria and managed to go even southern, cutting the Europeans into pieces. Kosovo united with North Macedonia, Serbia, Montenegro, and Bosnia. Why not? And Albania also united there. Those unitings were made. Europeans just are invading with each other right now, like always. So Iran used it as advantage to make own gains also there. And with their Lucky move. Luckily, Europeans didn't see this, and they just continued invading each other. So you continued, and still Europeans didn't see this as a big threat for them. So you just continued until you have German borders. Germany did solve this, and immediately you're against Germany. Germany invaded you, and they also annexed Norway. And who knew that Europeans had enough of Germany already? So they gonna support you. They had enough because Germany taking out others. So instead of Sweden joining, they just unite with you because they want to gain lands also. And Norway is simply take it out. And with Norway being taken out, Germany lost really much of resources. So now there's north borders but need to be more secured by Germans because if not, then Germany would immediately lose Berlin. So they just sent troops there, but fastly Germany saw those come here, and those, and immediately Germany is forced to be surrendered, and without saying anything, all Germany is taken by Iran. This is confusing everyone. Europeans said they wanted also lands there, not all being yours. And immediately, yep, they are back against. And with Germany being out, they just started accepting more countries to make it clear that they need more power. And also Mexico is accept. And guessable Texas breaks just at this time away and takes richly more lands than usual, leaving America weak. And this is confusing applying. What makes America also apply? Texas being accept, America being accept, and Chinese America also receivable applies, and also being accepted. What makes everyone confused? And then with Switzerland being here, they are easy to next by Iran's. Now, this is a lot shades. Hope you guys liked this video and see you in the next one. Bye.